The popcorn pants are designed with a relaxed unisex fit featuring an elastic waistband, a slightly dropped crotch and front patch pockets. They are comfortable, easy to wear and a really fun project for makers of all skill levels. One of the special features of this pattern is the 3 different hem variations, giving you the option to create completely different looks from the same base pattern. View A features a side opening hem piece with adjustable drawstring and a playful bow detail at the sides. View B keeps the drawstring hem detail but removes the side opening and bow, creating a more minimal version, and View C gives you a similar gathered and tapered hem effect using darts instead of a drawstring. For additional information about fabric recommendations, fabric requirements, fittings, alterations and detailed cutting instructions, please refer to the written pattern instructions. I leave a link to the pattern in the description box down below. First, make sure to pre-wash, dry and press your fabric before cutting. This will help prevent any unexpected shrinkage after your pants are finished. Besides your fabric, you will also need 4 cm wide elastic for the waistband. This pattern is available in 3 file formats: a projector file, which I will be using for today's tutorial, a copy shop file and a print at home option. First, I'll guide you through constructing the main body of the popcorn pants, and after that I will show you how to create each of the 3 hem variations separately. You can find the timestamp underneath this video to jump directly to the view you are making. In the written instruction, you will also find color coordinated illustrations showing you exactly which pattern pieces are needed for each view. Before you start sewing, make sure you have cut out all of the pattern pieces required for your chosen view and transfer all the notches and markings. I hope you enjoyed the process, experiment with fabrics and details and have fun creating your own pair of popcorn pants. Let's get started. For the main body of the pants, you will need 2 front pant pieces mirrored, 2 back pant pieces mirrored, and 2 patch pockets also mirrored, and 1 waistband. Start by finishing the bottom edge of the pocket piece and the shoulder side of the pocket piece. You can either use a zigzag stitch or a serger. I will be using the zigzag stitch on my sewing machine for this project. And this is me doing a last minute thread choice, because somehow I always forget to buy matching thread when I buy my fabric. Next, fold the pocket along the marked mid-thread corner line with right sides together and stitch along the marked diagonal stitching line. Trim the seam allowance close to the stitching line, then turn the corner right side out and gently push out the point to create a sharp corner. Next, move on to your ironing station. Press the side and bottom edge of the pocket to the wrong side by 2 cm, 3/4 of an inch. The mid-thread corner will help you guide the fold and the edges should naturally fall into place. Next, prepare the top edge of the pocket, fold it to the wrong side by 1 cm and press. Then fold it over again by 2 cm, 3/4 of an inch and press. Top stitch the folded top edge close to the inner fold, approximately 2 cm, 3/4 of an inch from the top edge. Repeat these steps for the second pocket. Now take your 2 front pant pieces and, if needed, use pins to transfer the pocket placement markings from the wrong side of the fabric to the right side of your front pant pieces. The pocket placement is marked with 2 triangles, one marking the top of the pocket opening and one marking the bottom corner of the pocket. Place the pocket on the front pant piece, matching the placement markings, and pin it in place. Align the unfinished edge of the pocket with the side seam of the pant and secure it with pins. Now stitch the bottom edge of the pocket and the center front edge using a 0.3 cm seam allowance, or 1/8 of an inch. When you reach the corner, keep the needle down and lift the presser foot, pivot your fabric and continue sewing. Since these patch pockets are right at the front of the pants, the stitching on them will be one of the details you'll notice most on the finished garment, so take your time here and sew slowly. It's worth the extra care. Finish all the raw edges of the front and back pant pieces, including the exposed edge of the pocket, using a serger or a zigzag stitch. Then also finish the raw edges of the waistband piece. Next, place the front and the back pant pieces right sides together, aligning the side seams and the inseams. Pin everything in place, making sure to match the notches, and sew the side seam and the inseam using a 1.5 cm or 5/8 of an inch seam allowance. Now turn one pant leg right side out and insert this leg, the right side out one, into the other pant leg, which is still inside out, so that the two pant legs are now right sides together. You should also be able to see the two pockets facing each other inside the pants. Match the crotch seam. The back crotch is marked with 2 back notches and the front crotch is marked with a single front notch. Then pin around the entire crotch curve. Sew the crotch seam using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Set your pants aside for now and we are going to move on to the waistband. Fold the waistband in half with the short ends together, right sides facing, to create a loop. Sew the short ends together using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Then press the seam allowance open. Next, fold the waistband in half lengthwise with wrong sides together and press. Place the pants inside the waistband so that the waistband seam is centered at the back. Match the raw edges of the waistband with the waistline of the pants. Then pin around the entire waistband and sew using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Leave a 4 to 5 cm, 1.5 to 2 inches opening at the back of the waistband for inserting the elastic. Now take your elastic and measure the elastic around your body where you would like your pants to sit. The elastic should feel comfortably snug. Then add 3 cm or 1.25 inches to that length and cut your elastic. The 3 cm will be overlapped when joining the ends of the elastic. I'm using the last piece of elastic I had left, so I don't quite have enough length for the full 3 cm overlap. I'm going to use a slightly smaller overlap, which is fine as long as the elastic is securely joined. Before inserting the elastic, mark both sides with an X or another marking of your choice. This will help you make sure the elastic does not twist inside the waistband. So I know the X's I marked need to be placed one on top of each other. Of course, if you have another method that works better for you, feel free to use that. To make threading easier, you can round or clip the corners of your elastic. Then use a sturdy safety pin and guide the elastic through the waistband opening. Once the elastic ends meet, overlap them and secure them by stitching a small rectangle with an X. Then close the waistband opening, making sure not to catch the elastic while stitching. Finally, distribute the gathers evenly around the waistband. This step is important before moving on to the next one. Use a narrow zigzag stitch to top stitch around the waistband, approximately 2.5 cm or 1 inch from the top of the edge. The stitching line should sit in the center of the waistband. While sewing, gently stretch the waistband to keep it flat and smooth as you stitch. Take your time and make sure you are not catching any folds or creating unwanted bunching in the fabric. And I like to give the inside of the waistband a final press at this stage. For view A, you'll need to cut the following pieces: 2 hem pieces view A, 2 drawstrings and 2 bow straps. The first step is to finish the raw edges of the hem piece by serging or zigzag stitching around the entire hem piece. Fold the hem piece in half with right sides together, matching the top raw edges and the side edges. Pin or clip the layers together and sew both sides using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Start at the top edge and sew down to the bottom notch, which is located 2 cm or 3/4 of an inch above the folded bottom edge. Remember to backstitch at the beginning and especially at the end of the seam. Now turn the hem piece right side out. The bottom section that was left unstitched will now fold to the inside, creating the tunnel for the drawstring. Gently adjust the fabric if needed so that the finished edges of this section are fully enclosed inside the tunnel and the side seam continues smoothly. Then give the hem piece a good press to shape the casing. Now stitch straight across from one side of the hem piece to the other to close the drawstring casing and create the drawstring tunnel, 2 cm away from the folded edge. Next, fold the hempiece in half, matching the side edges. Then sew a short 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam from the top edge downwards using a 1 cm seam allowance. Backstitch at the beginning and at the end of the seam to secure. The remaining unstitched section will form the side opening leg detail. This will create a loop shape in the hempiece, which allows us to attach it to the pant leg. Now attach the hempiece to the pant leg. Place the hempiece over the pant leg with right sides together. Make sure the rounded edge with the opening is positioned at the side seam of the pant leg. Pin the hempiece in place, then sew around the hem edge using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Turn your pant leg right side out and press the seam allowance towards the pant leg. Drawstring and the bow tie pieces in half lengthwise with right sides together and sew along the long edge using a 0.5 cm or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Then use a strip turning tool or a small but sturdy safety pin to carefully turn both pieces right side out. And I like to fold the raw edges inwards using a pin or small scissors and then tie a knot at each end of the finished strap. To attach the bow, find the center of the bow tie piece by folding it in half and position it at the top of the side opening. Stitch it securely in place using a small straight stitch. Then thread the drawstring through the casing of the hempiece. And of course you'll need to repeat these steps for the opposite pant leg and hempiece. For view B, cut out the following pieces. You'll need 2 mirrored hem pieces, view B/C. You'll notice that the pattern piece includes a dart marking. For view B, this dart is not needed, so do not transfer or copy the dart marking from the pattern piece when cutting your fabric. And for view B, besides the 2 mirrored hem pieces, you'll also need 2 drawstring pieces. Start by finishing the raw edges of each hem piece by serging or zigzag stitching around all the edges. Then fold the bottom edge of the hem piece 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch towards the wrong side and press. Then fold the same edge over an additional 3 cm, 1¼ inches, and press to create a drawstring casing. Before stitching the casing, fold the short sides of the pressed section 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch towards the inside and press. This step keeps the finished edges tucked inside the casing, so the serge edges won't be visible at the ends of the drawstring tunnel. Now stitch along the folded edge of the casing using 0.5 cm or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, making sure to secure the folded side edges as you sew. Now fold the hem piece in half with right sides together, matching the side edges. Sew the side seam using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Start at the top edge and sew down until you reach the stitching line of the drawstring casing. Backstitch at the end of the seam to secure it. Now attach the hem piece to the pant leg. Place the hem piece over the pant leg with right sides together, matching the raw edges. Make sure that the rounded edge with the drawstring opening is aligned with the side seam of the pant leg. Pin it in place, then sew around the entire hem using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Turn the hem piece right side out and press the seam allowance towards the pant leg. To finish the drawstring, fold the drawstring piece in half lengthwise with right sides together and sew along the long edge using a 0.5 cm or 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Use a loop turner or a small safety pin to turn the drawstring right side out. Fold the raw ends of the drawstring inwards using scissors or a pin and tie a knot at each end, making sure to catch the folded raw ends inside the knot so that they stay neatly tucked away. Finally, thread the drawstring through the casing using a safety pin and repeat these steps for the second pant leg. For view C, you'll only need to cut out 2 mirrored view B/C hem pieces. Be sure to transfer the dart markings as they are needed to shape the hem. View C is also the simplest hem variation for the popcorn pants and is quick and easy to sew. Start by finishing all of the raw edges of each hem piece using a serger or a zigzag stitch. Then fold the hem piece right sides together and sew along the marked dart line, stitching from the raw edge towards the dart point. Do not backstitch at any point, leave long thread tails and tie them together in a knot to secure the stitching. Then press the dart towards the center of the hem piece. Fold the hem piece in half with right sides together, matching the raw edges. Pin in place and sew the side seam using a 1 cm seam allowance. Now attach the hem piece to the pant leg. Place the hem piece over the pant leg with right sides together, matching the raw edges. Make sure the dart is positioned at the front of the pant leg and the rounded edge aligns with the side seam. Pin in place, then sew around the edge using a 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Then press the seam open. Now it's time to hem the bottom of the pant leg. Fold the raw edge of the pant leg 1 cm or 3/8 of an inch towards the wrong side and press. Fold up an additional 3 cm or 1¼ inches and press again. Stitch close to the folded edge to secure the hem. Since the raw edge has already been finished with a serger, you can also choose to create a wider hem by folding the edge up 4 cm or 1½ inches only once and pressing. Repeat all previous steps for the opposite pant leg and hem piece. And there you have it, your popcorn pants are complete. I hope you had fun sewing them. The intention behind this pattern was to create a playful and approachable project that you can enjoy making and customizing. I would love to see your finished pair, so don't forget to tag me on Instagram and share which version you made. Let me know which hem variation is your favorite, view A, B or C.